Oh, shit! Oh, my God. What the fuck? Fuck. God damn it!
Licks, baby! Let's cook you! Come on, licks! The baby bun!
I've noticed some of these films have really dark elements, but then especially in Ghost Feather, there's a lot of color and it's kind of bright and there's like comedic aspects to it. And, there's certain things that they make this character weird and unsettling, but almost in a comical way. Was this on purpose? How do you come up with your ideas and how do you set on a tone within your filmmaking?
Whatever you make is you. So, you know, I like all these things. Like, I really love being scared. That's like one of the truly be scared is one of the most exciting things for me.
I think it's really hard. I have a hard time getting really scared in horror films.
Yeah.
Like, big thing is it's so formulaic. A lot of these horror films that it's like you kind of know what's coming, or it just doesn't freak you out. What films scare you the most? Do you have one that you're like, the first time I saw it, holy shit, that blew me away?
I think one of the scariest movies I've ever seen is called Session 9.
Session 9, I've heard of that, yes. And it's weird because the film is like a trip. And like it doesn't make sense in a way. They're caught in a loop. Are we talking about the same film?
So they're contracted in to clear the asbestos of an abandoned insane asylum.
Yeah, and then you realize that maybe they're not all there to begin with.
Oh shit! Stay away! Stay away, you filthy pigs! Oh shit!
Well, brothers and sisters, what can I say? I finally made it. Freedom never tasted so damn sweet. And I got a new pool, only cost me 20 bones, and I got a nice cold beer. Oh man. That just hits the spot. I have to say I am thankful. Being from the South, I'm a good old Georgia boy, as they say, and so my big thing is barbecues. So in my reform state, I'm trying to build a cooking barbecue show based around kiddie pools and smashing things and cooking some goddamn good meat. And before we get on to this cooking, we're gonna say a little grace. I wanna thank my Lord and Savior, G.W. Bush and Bono. Both of them are equal in my heart. One on the left side and one on the right side. They're beating their soul right all over me. They're beating their soul all over the world. They're just beating souls, beating off all over the world. And they incorporate the American way of helping people and fucking shit up. Cause I like fucking shit up. You know, I'm a God-fearing man, and that's just the way I am. And it's the one fucking thing that got me through prison. I'll tell you that much. That and thinking about ATVs and meat. You ever ride an ATV? The key with four-wheeling is after you ease off the throttle, you get some nice meat in your mouth, and you start ripping that meat. And so you're riding this four-wheeler, and you're eating that meat. You're just gnawing on that meat like it's the carcass of God. Like it's the carcass of Bush. Yeah. Bush's carcass in my mouth, just drooling all over. Well, anyways, where was I? Oh, right. We gotta make some goddamn food. I can't just be sitting here in my skivvies hanging out on a kiddie pool. Well, I can. That's half the show, as you'll see. But yeah, well, let's get started.
anything further to add on that, or should we move on to the next one?
I saw Paranormal Activity for the first time a few months ago. Fuck, it's crazy. I can't believe that movie, man. That movie is scary. I never saw Paranormal Activity until a few months ago, man. That movie is so crazy, man. That is such a scary movie. I can't believe. I watch like a lot of Italian like slasher movies. There's
Giallo?
Giallo is a genre that's like combines like it's kind of like, you know, like it's like mystery detective stories, usually with like a pretty bloodthirsty slasher, and like very like sexually raw.
For tonight's barbecue, we're gonna be making some Brussels sprouts, some sweet corn, and some chicken thighs with garlic, herb, and wine. Now, first step, we're gonna start chopping these here Brussels sprouts. Now, I know y'all are probably like real chefs. I'm not a real chef, so I just kind of fucking hack at them, you know? That's what they taught me in culinary school, you know? Some people, they do this whole bullshit, and frankly, fuck that shit, you know? That's for pussies, you know? So, we're fucking hacking shit like it's our goddamn life. Amen. Alright, so we chop these Brussels sprouts. Gotta make sure not to chop these fingers off. Oh, this is a tiny one. We gotta be extra delicate. Haha! Alright, so we're gonna keep hacking. Oh, hack again. Hacking. Oh, hack again. Hacking. Close enough. Alright, so we're putting all the good ones on here. Alright, there we go. There's that little guy. This shit, fuck it, we don't need it. America, we just throw shit wherever, you know. Maybe it'll grow a Brussels sprout plant or something. It's gonna be my first cooked meal in like, probably like 20 years, you know. They put me up for robbery, you know. I was a heister, you know. I liked any kind of heist. Mostly banks. Banks was my bread and butter. But, you know, speaking of bread and butter, we gotta do a bread and butter special. We're gonna get to that later. So, go up, lime down. We got a lime. Don't fuck with limes. Yeah, that's a cool trick. Oh, shit. That's a cool trick I learned in baseball. You ever do this shit with a baseball? Oh, man. Now that's an American sport. Fucking baseball. Baseball. Fucking chicken fingers. You ever watch baseball while you're eating chicken fingers? It's the goddamn creme de la creme.
Warriors! Come out and play!
I'm dirty. Spiders in my blood. Lovely little shitface. I will own you. Drink me.
Your characters are really iconic, and now that you've explained your fascination with the action figures, I get where you're coming from with a lot of your characters. So a witch lady in spider veins that reminds me of the witch in Shakespeare's The Tempest. And I wondered, like, that was just a connection that I drew, and I like how much of this your characters are based on lore or other influences, like directors, and how much is just like, oh, this would be fucking cool, and this is what we have.
I think at the time that I shot the movies that you're referring to, I had like video game character select screens in mind. You know, that you have this
like a Mortal Kombat, like choose your villain kind of.
That and like rogues galleries from like animes, and I don't know, like nothing turns me on more than like a big lineup of like villains all clustered together, especially when there's like some silhouettes in there, like the villains that you haven't met yet.
Captain? Hey, Captain, where are the Brussels sprouts?
God damn it! I'm pooping!
Are you pooping backwards?
No, I'm pooping normal, damn it! Damn it, Liza, it's a prison thing, okay? There's a sink on the toilet. You wash your hands while you're pooping. It's just quicker that way. And I'm used to it, and this is how I do it. I don't need your judgment. Drizzle this oil all over, nice and easy like that. I'm gonna add some staples. This pepper, this is salt. You wanna mince the garlic up real small like, you know, so you can just sprinkle it all over. It helps it cook, and it helps get some of the garlic juices all around. Now the secret to chopping garlic is you gotta get your knife a little wet. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, we crush the garlic up with the flat part of the knife. I'm not used to this. I'm used to this motion, you know? That's what they teach you in prison. It's the 1-2, shank, shank. Hit him from the side. Get that kidney shot, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry, I never killed a man. I'm a God-fearing, George Bush-loving Christian. Pretend like I'm a real country chef. I don't actually know shit about cooking. I haven't cooked in like 20 years, you know? 3 hots in a cot, you know? That's been my life. Well, not no more. I got a kiddie pool and a grill. Coming up big time. Coming up fucking big time. And we're gonna just take some of this garlic, sprinkle it all over, kind of like this goddamn part of the show. My personal favorite, the meat part. Because meat is the bread and butter of America. You know, this is the moral fabric that keeps us together. It gives people jobs. It makes animals in pain. We're gonna pop it in here. I just touched raw meat, and that shit is very dangerous. You don't want to get no salmon poisoning. Like, salmon's for catching, it's not for poisoning. You don't want to poison the salmon, and you don't want to poison yourself. I love fishing as much as the next guy, but we gotta wash these hands, dispose of this properly, and make sure that we're saving the environment, even though we're factory farming and killing a lot of animals. A lot of tasty animals. One more thing. I forgot about the Brussels sprouts. We gotta add one more thing. We're having a little fiesta of our own. La Fiesta, we're gonna add a little cayenne pepper to this bad boy. Make it nice and hot. There you go. Wow. We're gonna put this nice McCormick grill meats now bad boy in and dump the ingredients. This is nice. It looks like a dry rub, like a powder. We're gonna add a little bit of oil. This is our oil base. Get it nice and oily. That's looking good. It adds a little bit of flavor and a lot of fat. So we're gonna pour the rest of this in here. Oh yeah, we're gonna need more beer than that. All right, so we got a nice bit of beer. Now we're gonna go ahead and massage that in a little bit. As you can see, we're trying to get the powder to disappear. So now, a secret ingredient. Pesto with garlic and wine. I love wine, and wine is Italian, and so is pesto. Nice little clug of that. Mix that in there real nice. All right. Now we already got some herbs, but we're gonna keep it with this Italian motif. We're gonna add a little more herbs. This will give us some nice rich texture. All right, we got that. We're gonna add a lime. You know, why not? I was gonna use these limes for mojitos, but I didn't get any rum, so we're dealing with what we got. And that's something that like real Americans can like resonate with. You know, life doesn't always give us a good hand. God, Mr. Bush, Mr. President, Lord Jesus Bush, he doesn't always give us a good hand. And Bono don't either. He's busy. You know, there's so much fucking bad shit in the world. He's busy helping the people in Africa. We gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta take care of our own. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna add this lime. Yeah, real nice. We just put half a lime in there. Perfect. Throw this shit out where I'm gonna have lime trees, garlic trees, Brussels sprout trees. I'm growing a goddamn forest next door.
I just want to wrap up with this final question. What are your future goals and with filmmaking? Do you have anything coming out soon? And how has COVID affected your plans? Or has it sparked more creativity? Or have you kind of like taken a step back and you're waiting to release stuff once it's healthy to film again?
So I just wrapped up another short film, a crime piece that's dialogue heavy, and is definitely new territory. And I've been shooting projects with my neighbor. And I photographed him like on the roof of my garage in the back, like looking down at him, like spying on him as he's engaged in seemingly private activities. And yeah, I'm working on a feature that I'm going to start shooting in the next few months. And
Spencer Jezewski. He's a great filmmaker. You've seen some of the clips. Check him out if you like what you saw. Thank you so much for coming on, Spencer.
Goodbye, everybody.
Big old swig of this beer. Look at this. It's fucking foaming, man. It's great. We got this chicken here, and we're gonna fucking wrap it with these damn here tongs, eh? And we're just gonna pop it on real smooth like. Yep. Yeah, there you go. We're gonna put these on the flame basically. We want them to get nice and charred and seared, and yeah, we want them to be nice and hot. You know, the best thing with chicken is you always want to overcook it, you know, because otherwise it just it gets all stringy, and then you gotta poop a lot, and that's kind of like you're basically you're flooding your own toilet, you know. And like in prison, we do that. We try and flood toilets as like a sign. It's like a fuck you to the man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, you don't want to do that in your own home. You know, you're civilized. You're American. So all right. So what we're gonna do here is I made a little tinfoil bowl that I'm gonna put all the extra juices on. So they're gonna be cooking while the chicken's cooking, so I can baste the chicken with the broth. Fuck, it's hard to do with your left hand, you know what I'm saying? Wow, god damn it, I'm dropping my salt. I gotta switch hands, you know? Sorry about that. Alright, oh man, we gotta come take a look at this. We gotta perform open goddamn heart surgery on this fucking chicken because it's falling through the cracks, man. It's like me in society, man, just falling through the fucking cracks, you know? Anyway. Oh shit! More beer! More beer! Alright, there we go. Fuck, alright. Well, I'm gonna use my beard to flip this shit. Ah, dude, now I got raw chicken on my beard. You ever use the bottle as a utensil? Well, if not, I'm a patent pending on that shit, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so now we're gonna put this sucker back for 2 more minutes. I gotta basically fucking clean this glass off because we don't want no salmon poisoning, you know? Alright, now that we got our chicken nice and safe, a little bit cooked, we're gonna add on our little veggies. We're gonna put... Fuck! Oh! Oh, thank God. Oh, man, I just had the craziest fuck. Oh, shit, the food! The food! Oh, fuck, I fucked it up. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We got some corn, we got some sprouts, we got some chicken. Let's try this sucker. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, please, I encourage you to watch again.